We are going to be talking about the unusual secret to drinking less socially today. This topic is very near and dear to my heart because I used to be a very big social drinker. I am 40 now, and my body just can't seem to handle hardly any amount of alcohol without it disrupting my sleep and making me feel pretty bad. So I personally choose to drink very little alcohol now, but I used to really enjoy alcohol in my 20s. I would drink beers in college. I would have glasses of wine with friends. Then I moved to LA and I went out a lot for drinks after work with friends and out to bars and clubs. And I really enjoyed drinking. It wasn't something that was like a huge issue for me in my life, but it was something I enjoyed. And then when I moved to New York for nursing school, I drank a lot there. That's when I'd say maybe it became a little more of an issue for me in that it didn't make me feel good in my body. I was 30 and I was just starting to realize, I feel really hungover from alcohol, don't feel as good. It was also when I had gained the most weight and gotten my heaviest. And over the years, I have just slowly reduced my alcohol intake. And so while I don't think you need to be zero alcohol to get results, I have just learned both with my own body and coaching clients, the less alcohol you drink, the better and faster your weight loss results will be. And this is not just because of calories ingested from the drink, it's also because of the way that alcohol, which is a chemical and it is a toxin to your body, it's not a nutrient, the way that it impacts your female hormonal balance. But one of the biggest challenges for women that I encounter is they don't know how to reduce their social drinking well. Like, you're not an alcoholic. You're not somebody who's like, I just can't not drink 2 bottles of wine a night. That's not your issue. You're somebody who can moderate your alcohol use, but you're social. You go out to dinner with your boo, you have happy hours with your girlfriends, you go to bachelorette parties, you go to baby showers, you are somebody who's networking for work, you have to meet with clients after work. And so you're somebody where you are so social, and because alcohol is embedded into the American social experience, it's very difficult for you to escape or separate from that alcohol use. So today what I want to talk to you about is really the unusual secret to drinking less socially. I'm not here to tell you you need to be sober. This isn't AA. This isn't any of those things. This is really teaching you some skills mentally for how to drink less socially so you can be better set up to achieve your fat loss, your weight loss, your body composition results. And you will also have a dramatic improvement to your energy, vitality, mental and emotional health as well as a side benefit. So one of the things that women often believe and that you might be struggling with is this belief that I just can't reduce my alcohol. And a woman will sometimes have a hesitation to working with me because she feels like, ooh, I know Heather's going to ask me to reduce my alcohol, and like I know that I need to do it, but I don't know how to do it because it's so part of the social fabric that I'm a part of. It's not that you don't know how to reduce it because you have like a problem. It's like you don't know how to reduce it because it's included in so many of the social events that are important to you. And you don't want to give up your social life in order to achieve body results. You don't want to sit at home for 12 weeks, doing nothing social, just eating your meal prepped food and drinking water for 12 weeks. Like, one, that's miserable. 2, it's not sustainable and you're just going to go back to your old habits at the end of the 12 weeks. So I'm here to tell you that alcohol can be part of your weight loss goals and it can be part of the process, but you need to learn a few things to incorporate that. But really, let's talk about how you can start to approach this mentally in a more empowered way to really reduce your alcohol socially. Whenever we're struggling with achieving something, there is pretty much always a limiting belief that we have behind that. We have beliefs in life, and then not most of them, but a lot of them are limiting. So until you learn how to discern limiting beliefs, you will operate inside of them unconsciously. You won't even recognize that it's a limiting belief. It will occur to you like the truth. So a lot of you believe that you need to have alcohol on board to have a poppin' social life. Is that you? It was me. I was like, ooh, I'm going on a date. I need alcohol. Ooh, I'm going to this party. I've got to have a drink. Oh, I'm going out to dinner with my girlfriends. Wine's on board. I'm going over to my friends to watch like our weekly fun show. I need to drink. So it's very common to actually believe that you need to have alcohol to have a poppin' social life. We have been indoctrinated by big alcohol advertising to believe this. We've been exposed to lots of fun social events that did involve alcohol. So just from your personal experience, you have experienced like, hey, actually, this was fun with alcohol. I did have a good time with alcohol here. And so I'm not here to negate that experience. I have definitely had some really fun experiences and memories that involved alcohol. I have also had experiences that were not fun that involved alcohol. And so what that shows us is that alcohol does not automatically equal a positive social experience. You have also had experiences with alcohol that were not 100% positive, whether it was during the actual event or it was the next day and you were dealing with the repercussions and the after effect, the afterglow of alcohol, which is also known as the hangover. So who do you need to become as a woman in order to have the social life that you want without relying on alcohol? When you drink, you are desiring an emotional experience that the alcohol is giving you. For example, I'll just use myself as an example. When I drink on a first date, it's because I am desiring to feel serene, peaceful, relaxed on that first date. And what I actually feel is anxiety, nerves, like I kind of want to vomit a little bit in my mouth. First dates are very anxiety producing. And so I reach for the alcohol on the first date because I want to change my internal experience. I actually want to access serenity, relaxation, and peace of mind. Another thing that you might want to access when you drink is fun. You might want to feel uninhibited, playful, silly, goofy. How many of us have met a man who is like, oh, I don't dance on the dance floor, and unless I've had drinks, I don't dance. This is a man who is so repressed in his like inner child and his playfulness and his silliness and his ability to be goofy that he cannot access that part of himself unless he has alcohol on board. And some of you also are that way. Some of you are naturally like fun and playful. It's not a big deal to go on the dance floor, whether you've had drinks or not. Like that's, for me, I can be fun and silly and playful without alcohol. But it's often hard for me to feel socially comfortable in new situations where I'm a little bit uncomfortable and feel socially anxious without alcohol. So that's why I reach for alcohol, is to change that emotion. But some of you might be changing it to feel more playful, uninhibited, silly, and goofy. Some of you might drink alcohol because you want to create the experience of feeling talkative and social, or you want to feel happy. Maybe you want to feel more outgoing. Maybe you want to feel more brave. There's a reason alcohol is called liquid courage, right? Like it reduces our inhibitions. It makes us feel more courageous. I know for me, that's another reason that I have drank in the past, is because alcohol gives me not only a reduction of my anxiety, but it also helps me access that inner courage. So you need to, in order for you to drink less to achieve your body goals, you need to become a woman who is socially vibrant without alcohol, always needing to be on board. It can be on board sometimes. You can have the drink sometimes. But you need to learn how to generate and access the emotional states that you want and the emotional experiences that you want on demand. Because what you want is not the alcohol. You want what the alcohol gives you access to. You want the serenity. You want the peace of mind. You want the relaxation. You want to be able to zone out. You want to be able to not think about work. You want to have more fun with your friends. You want to have more courage. You want to feel more playful and uninhibited. You want to feel more social and talkative and happy. These are just some of the experiences that alcohol gives you access to. So you need to become a woman who learns how to generate the emotional experience that you want on demand. And this will also serve you in your relationship to food, because a lot of us also turn to food, and foods that actually aren't what we need for just nourishment and survival. We turn to foods that are actually drug-like in the body. We turn to the pint of ice cream or the bag of chips instead of, okay, the experience I'm currently having emotionally is not the one I want to be having. How can I shift that? How can I generate on demand the emotional experience I want to have? This comes through self-awareness. This comes through commitment to growth. This comes through practice. You're not going to be 100% at this instantly. This comes through practice. This comes through self-denial, learning how to deny yourself desires and delay gratification of experiences. This involves learning how to sit with and be with emotional states that you don't love 100% until you can shift it or it shifts on its own. Typically, our emotional state will not shift unless we've shifted a belief we have or we've taken an action, right? Your emotional state tends not to shift unless you do one of those two things. So what's available to you when you learn how to generate this is the ability to generate the emotional experience you want to have at any time on demand in any area of your life. So while your initial petri dish, the thing that your laboratory of learning is initially with your social drinking, eventually what will happen is you will have mastered this transformation and you will be able to access it and apply it to all areas of your life. What would it make available for you if in your relationship with your boo that you were able to generate any experience emotionally that you wanted at any time, regardless of how he was acting? What would it make available for you if in your career, no matter what was happening with your boss or your coworkers, you were able to generate the emotional experience that you wanted to be having? What would it make available to you if no matter how your friends were treating you, if they were in touch with you, if they were not, that you were able to generate the emotional experience that you wanted? This is a powerful superpower to have access to as a woman, and I want you to have it. So while when women come into my program, the primary promise of my program is to help you lose 10 to 30 pounds of fat with sustainable nutrition through macro counting, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have so many mindset shifts that just happen organically through the process of losing weight, because you have to deal with all of these underlying mindset issues that are holding you back, that you transform fully as a person. You develop so much mastery and skill and facility in other areas of your life because you've really developed these mindset tools. And that's why I'm so passionate about mindset. And I don't always talk about it because it actually just happens organically as part of the process. So when you deal with the process, you naturally will start to transform your mindset. If this sounds like something that you need help with, if you want to lose fat in the new year, but you want to do it in a sustainable way that allows you to still have a social life and not give up your alcohol completely, but you have a suspicion, you have a hunch that you are struggling with this particular issue, then I invite you to apply for my coaching program. You can apply via the link in my Instagram bio, or you can go to heathermcconaughey.com/empower and apply there. Applications will just be open for another 10 days through the end of the beginning of January, and then we officially start January 10th. So I invite you to apply. We can chat more and really explore if it's the right fit for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's topic. I'd love to hear what your biggest takeaway is. So send me that message on Instagram. Let me know what was most helpful for you, and I will talk to you soon.